Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday? I pray all is well. I pray that your morning gotten off to an amazing start. But if not, hit that reset button and start all over again. Yes, ma'am. I'm still going strong, stronger than ever. You know, I think sometimes we have to experience things in life, situations in life, hardships in life, heartbreaks in life, and it will cause us, it will spark a fire. Thank you, Holy Spirit. It will spark that fire. See, again, what the devil meant for evil, he's always going to turn it around for your good. As long as your heart posture is in alignment, God is going to turn it around for your good. And I'm grateful this morning. I don't have a sad story. I have a story, but there's nothing sad about it, because I know God is in control, and I know God is going to flip the script. I know the enemy feels like he's won. I know the enemy feels like he has bestowed upon me great embarrassment, but I'm still rising. I'm still going. I'm still shining. I'm still showing up. I'm not going to let nothing or the evilness of anyone else's actions stop me. I thank you, because it fueled another level of fire that I know I have a bigger purpose to fulfill. And I don't have time to have a pity party. I don't have time to beat myself down. I don't have time to be trying to get back. I don't have time to be trying to get even. I don't have time to try to destroy. I don't have time to try to tear down, because there's people out here hurting. There's people out there looking for help. And I'm not going to waste life trying to get back or trying to get even, because my Father told me the battle is not even mine. He said, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, wickedness that is seated in high places. We got to call it what it is. We got to call out who and what is in operation. My Lord. My Lord. See, the devil wants you to focus on the vessel. The devil wants you to attack the vessel. But when you start attacking what God has created, now he has a problem with you. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's going to be a great benefit not to do it. I'm grateful this morning for the growth, for maturity. My Lord, if you only knew, if you only knew, if you only knew. Let me get into this devotional. Again, I pray that your morning gotten off to an amazing start, but if not, hit that reset button and just start all over again. Don't allow nothing or nobody to interrupt the day that the Lord has created and made just for you to enjoy and to be glad in it. You are in control of who you allow to control your day. The title of today's devotional is The Pain of Rejection. The pain of rejection. If you never experience rejection, you'll never understand the pain that comes from it. We're going to dive into it a little bit today. I pray that you have an ear to hear and a heart to receive. I pray that you're able to stick around until the devotional is over. I pray that you're able to come all the way in the room. But I'm grateful if you're able to just stop by, stick your head in the door because you're at work, you're at the gym, and you got to go. You're just not able to stay the course. But I thank God that you stopped by, and I thank God for those that will stop by after. I thank God for you. This is a time where we need to be in a place where we're trying to draw nigh to Him, so we will know how to deal with certain challenges of life. Because life don't care who you are. Life don't care who you serve. Life don't care where you come from. Life doesn't care about your money. Life doesn't care about your last name. Life doesn't care about your job. Life just doesn't care. Let me get into this devotional and get on out your way. The pain of rejection. Reference scripture, 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. That's 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. This is coming out of the ESV translation, but whatever translation you use that breaks it down for you and make things clear for you, that's what you use. No judgment. The pain of rejection. As you come to Him, a living stone rejected by men, in the sight of God, chosen and precious. Have you ever felt rejected by man, by family, by churches, on your job? Have you ever felt like you just didn't fit in? Have you ever been there? It's not a good feeling, but many of us have experienced rejection. Let me get into this read and get on out your way. People who have experienced the pain of being rejected usually try very hard to avoid rejection in the future, because that's how painful it is. But if they are not careful, they may become people pleasers. Have you ever been there? Because of rejection, you found yourself being a people pleaser. You didn't like how you felt when you said no. You didn't like how it made you look if you wasn't available. You didn't like how you feel if you didn't want to show up, but you showed up anyway. And end up living their lives to make others happy while losing the life they were meant to enjoy. When you are a people pleaser, you're not enjoying life. You're not living the life that was meant for you to simply enjoy. When you do things because you feel obligated, when you do things because you don't feel like you have a choice, when you do things because that's mama, when you're doing things because that's daddy, when you're doing things because that's my child, when you're doing things because you're saying that's my sibling, but in your heart of hearts, You don't want to do it. You don't want to be there. You don't want to attend. You don't always want to show up. You don't always want to be available. You don't always want to be needed. But because of that rejection that you have experienced in your life, you have become a people pleaser at the expense of living the life that was meant for you to enjoy. Jesus experienced rejection from his family. Have you experienced that? His disciples, the religious leaders of his day, and others, but God chose him. Even in the midst of your rejection, even in the midst of you not being included, even in the midst of you not being accepted, even in the midst of you not being chosen by men, God chose you. And he was precious to God. Don't you know you precious? Don't you know you are important if God chose you? The same is true for us. We don't need to fear the rejection of other people because we have God's acceptance. 1 Peter 2:9. He has chosen us and picked us out for himself. So if you ever felt like you just couldn't fit in and you thought there was something strange and off about yourself, have you ever asked the question, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I put on this and be comfortable? Why can't I expose my body and be okay with it? What is wrong with me? Why can't I smoke and get high? Why can't I drink and get drunk? Why can't I do those things and be okay with it? Others is doing it. Maybe it's because the calling that's on your life. It doesn't make you perfect, but it makes you chosen. It makes you set aside. It makes you set apart to and for his glory. In the Old Testament, Joseph's brother hated him. Have you ever been hated? Have you ever been disliked? And you couldn't understand why? You know it couldn't have been because of anything you had, because you didn't have much. But sometimes people can see the real you, but you can't see. I've heard some people say some things to me, and I'm like, I started looking around. I'm like, they got to be talking about somebody else. So much that they sold him to slave traders. See, hate, it'll make you do some evil things. Hate, it will make you do some treacherous things. Hate will make you destroy. My Lord. But God was with him. When you know God is with you, you can stand. When you know God is with you, you can show up in the midst of the evilness, and gave him great favor everywhere he went. God is still going to show up on your behalf. God is still fighting for you. God has fought for you. God has chosen you. He's not going to allow anything that the enemy try to do to destroy you. It's not going to work. But he did let us know in his word that there will be weapons formed. He said, but I'm in control and how effective they are. I'm in control of that. The Hebrew boys, they was thrown in the fire. They said, we're not going to bow. We're not going to compromise. We ain't doing none of that. He said, well, turn that heat up. I guarantee you if I turn that heat up, you gonna bow. Have you been in situations where that furnace have been turned up to the max and you still was determined you wasn't going to bow, you wasn't going to compromise, you wasn't going to give in, you wasn't going to sugarcoat? Have you been there where the heat was so hot that you just felt like everything and everyone that was connected with you was going to be consumed? But you came out and you didn't even smell like smoke. Your clothes, your hair didn't even have a mark. It didn't even look like you had even been in the fire. Only ones that knew that you was in the fire was the ones that put you in there. My Lord. Thought they put you in there, but didn't realize that putting me in the fire, you also put the God I serve in there. Because I refuse to bow. Because I'm refusing to fight back. Because I'm refusing to get back. Because I'm refusing to get even. He's in control of the fire. Set your mind to please God. And don't be concerned about who rejects you. My Lord, let me read that again. Set your mind to please God. I know what it is to be a people pleaser. I've done it. I did it for years. Because I felt like that's what I needed to do to be accepted. That's what I needed to do to be included. That's what I needed to do to be loved. That's what I needed to do to be acknowledged. I did what I thought worked. I didn't realize it had an expiration date on it. Set your mind to please God. And don't be concerned about who rejects you. Because God is for you. It doesn't matter who is against you. It doesn't make a difference who's against you. It doesn't make a difference who's coming for you. It doesn't make a difference who's coming up against you. It doesn't make a difference who's trying to destroy you. It doesn't make a difference who's trying to take you down. It doesn't make a difference who's trying to embarrass you. It doesn't make a difference if God is for you. Because he's the one that's going to lift up a standard for you. He's the one that they're going to have to answer to. He's the one they're going to have to stand before. I don't care how much they strut like a peacock, they're going to have to answer to him. They're going to have to give an account to him. All I can say is strut on. Romans 8:31. God is on your side. And he will lift you up and bless your life. I feel it all in my spirit. I'm still trying to figure out why this situation, why it didn't destroy me. Why can't I get in this place of pity? Why can't I get in this place of why me? Why can't I get in that place? Because of God's strength. Because of God's strength. My Lord, here's the prayer. Thank you, Father, that you accept me. Even when people may reject me. Help me always to please you and not care about the popularity with other people. That's a prayer I think we all need to pray daily, because it's so easy to get caught up in wanting the popularity of people, wanting the approval of people. And sometimes when we're seeking out popularity, when we're seeking out acceptance, when we're seeking out approval, it can cause you to really live the life that God is calling you to live. So we have to be careful what we're seeking. Power, influence, those type of things can destroy an individual if they are abused. So we have to be careful. I accepted, this is just a little story time. I understand if you gotta go. Not going too much into anything. I accepted a position because of finances. Be careful of that. Be careful at jumping at something because of money. Be careful of jumping at promotions because of money. I'm not a lover of money, but money does things that I need it to do, like pay bills. But sometimes you can go after it without knowing what is all attached to it, if that makes sense. So I accepted this position after I was asked on more than one occasion. I was reluctant. I think in my heart, I knew it wasn't going to be a good decision, but because of the need. I dismissed the signs, not knowing where it was going to lead, not knowing what was going to take place. I toiled trying to figure out should or should not. Anytime you have to toil, the answer is no. Because if it's from God, He will give you peace. Nevertheless, I toiled, trying to figure out, is this the way I should go or not? I went against my better judgment, and it was quite costly. I can't remember the particular day, but I know it was before I started. I prayed, I said, Lord, I need a sign that it's you. I need to know that you're with me, because He knows the future. I go to sleep, I have a dream that I was on my way to work, the job I still have now. Some way, somehow, I don't know if I made a wrong turn. I don't know if I fell asleep. That's the one thing I don't remember. I think I remember being tired. And I made it to this other place of employment, but what was so strange, the dream didn't allow me to see walking up to the building or pulling up in the parking lot. I just remember being in the job. And the moment I was in the inside, I realized this is the wrong place. I mean, I even felt uncomfortable. I even felt like I'm not supposed to be here. I done made a wrong turn. I done made a wrong decision. How in the world did I get here? I knew. So I began to ask, and in this job, it was a big place and it was different departments and different things like that. Now I'm trying to get out of there. And I'm asking different ones and they telling me how to get to the door, but somehow I'm not getting to the door. So eventually I come across this lady sitting at her desk and I said, "Ma'am, can you show me the way out of here?" And she so kindly walked me to the door. And I remember, no, I'm going too fast. Before I came out of the building, I'm like, oh Lord, I was supposed to have been at work at 8:30. So now I'm panicking because I'm like, I need to call and let them know I'm going to be late or it's going to be a no call, no show. So I picked up the phone to try to call my job to let them know what had happened. But it was like a record. I don't know, I guess maybe I didn't have service in the building. I'm going to say that. But eventually I got out. And I can't remember if I called my son or my son called me. And he said, Mom, I thought you were supposed to be at work. And I began to explain to him what had happened. Then I woke up. I'm trying to interpret this dream. I'm trying to figure out this dream. But I think in all my heart, God was trying to tell me, it's not good. That's not where you're supposed to be. And I went against what he had showed me, what I had prayed for. So sometime when we don't, how can I put this? Just like I say, if you're toiling, if you're not at peace, and you're on the defense, oftentimes that's your answer, because God is going to give you peace if it's him. And I didn't have any peace. I really didn't. But I went on anyway. And it cost me. But because my heart was pure, because I was just trying to be a woman of my word, because I said, yeah, I'll help you, it cost me. But then I just read somewhere, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He brought me straight to it. Because God is for you, it doesn't matter who's against you. God is on your side, and he will lift you up and bless your life. I said all of that just to say this, that if you prayed and asked God to give you a sign, and he give you that sign by dream or by vision, receive it. because you don't know what he's protecting you from. Had I just took the dream to heart, I'm not saying what happened wouldn't have happened, but I guarantee you it wouldn't have happened the way it happened. I guarantee you that. But I thank God. I know God has, lift up a standard for me. I know that my life is still blessed. See, what the devil meant for evil, God is going to turn it around for my good. And God is going to make sure that the devil is sitting at the table to see the blessing. That's why I don't have to try to get even. I don't have to try to get back. I don't have to do an eye for an eye or tooth for a tooth. Because then God has to deal with me. Because at the end of the day, that's his child. That's his child. And so with that being said, because I didn't listen to the dream, because I didn't take heed to what he was showing me. And it's funny, my son brought to me, I had told him about the dream. But when the situation went down where he thought I was gone to work, but I came home I think I probably was back home within an hour or two of me leaving, which it should have been much later. He said, I thought you was going to work. And it was almost like that dream had played out, because that's what happened in the dream. I don't know if you all picked up on that. That's exactly what happened in the dream. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. That's not where I was supposed to be. See, when God is wanting you to trust him and only him, his provision, you have to be willing to be talked about, to be judged, to be made fun of, to be saying that's not God. Are you willing? Because oftentimes, that's what happens. People be saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know you got responsibility, but then you got God over here saying, peace be still. And know that I am God. Know that I am going to provide. Know that I am going to take care of you. Know that I do have provisions for you. But I'm not going to take care of you like the world. Because the world will pick you up one day and drop you the next. I know what I'm talking about. So it cost me. Temporarily. And now I know moving forward what not to do. I know now that when God gives me a vision or a dream, I now know how to receive it. Even if it makes someone uncomfortable. See, I'm that person, I don't like to let anyone down, although I know I have. I don't like to have no one upset with me. I don't like to have someone looking at me a certain way. When I say I'm going to do something, I likes to do it. I don't know about you, I'm only talking about me. So being that type of individual, if you're not careful, you'll put yourself in a situation that can cost you. I'm here to help you not to end up in a situation that can cost you. Let's face it, we all gonna go through things in life. That's how we learn. And different ones were saying, how come you didn't do this? How come you didn't do that? They meant no harm. I understood it. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? They meant no harm. I understood it. Why didn't you ask this question? Why didn't you ask that question? They meant no harm. I understood. But I had to ask myself those things before they did. So I understood where the questions was coming from. They even said, one of my daughters said, Mom, I can't believe that's not you. What you wasn't discerning. No, because I was in need. So I had turned my discernment off. Be careful being in need, because you miss the signs. You miss red flags. And that's what I did. Because of the need. And be careful of those that know the need. Because the devil will send people as an angel of light. Have you ever experienced that? You think their heart is in the right place, only to find out that it wasn't. But I harbor no hard feelings. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed in the situation. And I'm disappointed in myself. Because I didn't take heed. I'm disappointed in the situation because this was an individual of influence on her job, in the church, in the community. So there was a reverence there. I'll say that. But you got to be careful. Because the devil will send people as an angel of light. Because the devil knows your situation too. The devil is aware of your need too. But you have to be careful. And they said, but Mom, you knew. What make you think, what? There was a need. You know. Let me get off here. The pain of rejection. If you never experience rejection, you won't understand the level of pain that comes with it. Rejection is painful. Rejection is painful. It said Jesus experienced rejection from his family, his disciples, religious leaders, and others. Think it not strange when you're not received, when you're not included, when you're not accepted, when you're not chosen. It's because God has set you aside. He has set you apart. He has made it to where you won't fit in. He has made it where they won't choose you. That's his doing. So you have to be upset with him. He set you aside to and for his glory. You wasn't meant to fit in. You wasn't meant to be accepted. So I pray that brought you a little relief. If at any time in your life you just felt you didn't belong, you couldn't relate, you couldn't fit in, have you ever thought, maybe I've been chosen, maybe I've been set aside, maybe God has a plan for my life and I can't connect with this and I can't connect with that and I can't do this and I can't do that. And even if you have done it all, that don't mean that you're not chosen. But specific assignments is just certain things that you just won't be able to do or be a part of. And that's okay. I'm going to hop off. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming all the way in the room. Thanks for just being here. It means more than you will ever know. I thank God for you. And your being here is not in vain. Because not only do I know that you're here, God recognizes that you're here. And there's a blessing. My Lord. My Lord. I feel him so strong. There's a blessing. My Lord. Whew, I can't hardly get it out. Whew. There's a blessing with your name on it. It's a blessing with your name on it. Can't nobody stop it. Can't nobody block it. Can't nobody interfere with it. It won't end up at the wrong door, in the wrong mailbox, in the wrong bank account. He said it's got your name on it. Let me get off here. My Lord. Whew. My Lord. I feel his presence so strong. I don't know who's all on the live. I know my TT here. But if you've been going through something, you've been waiting for something, you've been in need of something, he said there's a blessing with your name on it. All he needs you to do is just receive it. Just receive it. Whew. This has been I gotta go. Again, I pray something was said that it now gives you comfort. It now gives you understanding. It now gives you clarity. The reason why you just didn't fit in. Speak life. Speak life over your friends, over your foes, those that gave up on you, that pushed you aside. They said you'll never mount to anything. They said you'll never go anywhere. They said you'll never make it out. They said you'll never make it through. Speak life over them as well. Water their garden. Because as you water theirs, you're watering yours. Until next time, everyone have an amazing day. Enjoy this day, because this is the day you and I will never see again. Thank God for your brand new mercies and grace that is renewed daily. Everyone have an awesome day. Thanks again, TT, for hopping on. I thank God for you. God bless. And the cruise, I don't think I've ever seen you here, but I thank God for you. And I don't know if that's Louise or I'll just say Silva. Thank God for you hopping on. I pray that you all was able to get something out of what was spoken today. And I pray that something was said that you could apply it to your life going forward. If you're in the process of making any type of decisions, if God is giving you a sign, if God is giving you a vision, if God have had someone to come and speak to you, take it in. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. That's Him ordering your footsteps. That's Him protecting you. That's Him covering you. That's Him loving on you. And even though I made the wrong move, even though I took the wrong offer, it's not the end of the world. Now I get to see what else He have in store. God is good. He's got a way of still making you smile when the devil thought he won. I gotta go. Thanks everyone again for just hanging out with me. God bless you. And expect a blessing with your name on it. God bless you, TT. I love you.